What's up guys, Phoenix here. This video is going to be another DevPro duel video in Ranked, and this time I'm going to be playing with a new potential form of degeneracy in the form of the Spellbook Demise deck. Now, this is my own personal build. Now, the original concept was something that was brought to light by a player by the name of Michael Clazel, who has been featured multiple times in the House of Champions and like Zodiac Duelist-based tournament thing that they do on DN from time to time. Or I say from time to time, but they literally have like a new one running every single month. So there is definitely that. But this concept was kind of brought to light by him because he took his own build of this deck to a regional in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and got 17th place, losing out on the bubble of top 8. He literally lost his last round and went X2 and bubbled and got 17th place. But still, it is a very, very interesting concept. It very much works on the old premise of the Spellbook of Judgment Spellbook days, where you literally have your Kaiku and you have your Jowgen, and you're literally trying to get to those cards, protect them with traps, and Spellbook of Fate. Spellbook of Fate, being a searchable line of defense, is a very, very powerful sort of thing to kind of build a strategy around, especially when the cards you're protecting is something like Kaiku that prevents, Cosmo ships from floating. It prevents like Monarchs from doing things, and it also with like their graveyard stuff like Prime and Either and Pantheism, and then just all around, just Kaiku and Jowgen are two very, very good and solid cards. And Spellbook of Fate is honestly one of the best defensive cards that's ever been printed in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it has 3 separate effects that all do something really cool, really good. Against Burning Abyss, you can just Book and Moon one of their monsters, and they effectively can't play from there depending on what their hand is. And then you have non-targeting removal for Cosmo Big Ships in the form of its Banish 3 effect, which banishes a card your opponent controls. And then you can keep looping this card around to just continually take cards away from your opponent. Now, the Duality Card of Demise package in this deck is definitely not as good as Spellbook of Judgment was, clearly, but it's still just the best thing we have. And there is something like a card in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! That says draw 3 and you don't special summon, and there's literally only one card in this deck that tries to special summon cards, that being Spellbook of Life. Now, I've made a few changes to the list from what he played. I've included Spellbook Library of the Crescents in my build because on turns that you don't see Duality or Card of Demise, having this as another potential starter card is very powerful, as well as it's one of the only ways to actually guarantee that you have a live Spellbook of Fate with 3 Spellbooks engraved loaded for your opponent's next turn. Now, if you open any combination of Spellbook Magician of Prophecy, Spellbook of Secrets, or Spellbook Library of the Crescent, or Spellbook of the Master, if you open any of those cards, then it guarantees you're going to be getting a live Fate Search. And having, it doesn't even matter what your opponent gives you at that point, as long as you have any combination of those cards in a quantity of 2 of them. And it just guarantees you're going to get live Fate with 3 cards engraved and stuff like that. Now, it does kind of build in some confliction in the deck because you can't activate any spell cards that are not Spellbook cards for the rest of the turn or for the entire turn that you activate it, so you can't activate Duality or Card of Demise. But it's just another solid starter card. Another card that I've included in the deck as just a personal preference pick was Spellbook Starhall, because there are certain play lines where like you have your opponent locked down, but you're giving your opponent extra turns to try and play the game because you're only poking with like 500s from Spellbook Magician of Prophecy, or you're poking with Jowgens and stuff like that. This card allows you to consistently curve and ramp up your damage output per turn on a turn-by-turn basis because of the fact that every turn, as long as you keep your engine moving, you're going to be adding 3 to 4 counters to this card. So you're going to be gaining attack points in the areas where, you need them. And thus, it actually lets you close out games faster, giving your opponents less of a chance to draw cards to out your Jowgens and your traps and stuff like that. But ultimately, this deck is very fun to play in terms of a technical aspect, not in terms of interaction aspect. But honestly, Spellbooks is just one of those decks that I've always really enjoyed, just because I like the whole theme of like how powerful like this entire deck that's based around spells and like getting into Fate is. So ultimately, this just kind of feels very nostalgic, playing with Jowgen and Kaiku, and that's one of the reasons why I like this deck as well. But anyway, that's enough blathering on about this deck and this deck list. Let's jump into the game, shall we? Alright, so let's see where this goes. Hopefully I end up playing against something like Cosmo, Pendulum, BA, one of those matchups, because like honestly, that's what I prefer. I prefer to play against, meta things with this deck, so... Ooh! Ooh, this hand is great! Oh, God! Whoa! Alright. This hand is legit. So we're going to set all of these, and then, because what we're going to be able to do is, based off what we get off of this Card of Demise, we're going to be able to see, potentially, where these things can go. Alright, well, Spellbook Library of the Crescent isn't that great, but I do have a Fate that I'm able to actually make live. I'll probably end up discarding this Library of the Crescent. I can end up with Tower, Wisdom, and Fate. protecting this Jowgen alongside this strike, so there's that. So what we'll do here is we'll actually, yeah, we'll get Spellbook Tower, and what we'll do is we'll activate Master, and we will reveal the tower that we just searched, copying the secrets, and then we'll search for Wisdom. Or do I even search for Wisdom? I should probably search secrets. Well, actually, I can't search secrets off of this, so there's that. Probably I could search this, but it would get discarded, so that's kind of unfortunate. I'm in no position to get Star Hall here, so yeah, I'll just get Wisdom, because utilizing this string of play, let's see, I could use, well, I can still use Fate even if it's not loaded for 3 to protect the Jowgen, and plus I've got Strike, so there is that, so yeah, might as well keep all these since I do have the open space, and I can start my next turn with Spellbook Library of the Crescent or Card of Demise, depending on whatever my choices want to be. Or actually, no, it's just Spellbook Library of the Crescent is just not good in the face of, well, it's not better than this Card of Demise. So yeah, I'm just gonna let this this Crescent like die. I'm just gonna let it get discarded, so that the Fate is live for 3 without having to, you know, Wisdom first, because I am drawing potentially 4 cards next turn, or 5 actually, because of what could be utilized off of these. Sure, you can normal summon that Diva, that's fine. You can't use its effect because this is a Jowgen. Seems pretty cool, right? And then I'm going to use this Fate to banish your Diva, and then I'm going to shuffle the Fate back into the deck off of Grand Spellbook Tower next turn. Depending on what I draw in terms of monsters, spells, traps, whatever, you know, ends up happening there, I'm going to be able to just be able to do the things that I want to do. So I'm going to activate this Fate, and I'm going to banish this Diva. So I'm playing against water, so there's that. Let's see, Spell Trap, Monster Change. Okay, the question mark one. It changes literally like every time you activate it, is something I've noticed, is that the prompts for Fate, they change almost every single time. Now, the issue here could be like if he wants to be a savage and if he's like playing Forbidden Lance in his deck, he could Lance his Diva, and then that would force me to banish a different card, but it only banishes opponent's cards, so never mind. I'm actually a dumbass. But, so, okay, that's a secret, that's very good. And then we'll use this to shuffle back the Fate and draw another card, and then, depending on what it is, if it's a Kaiku or a Spellbook Magician, I'm just going to normal summon them, and then set the secrets, and then, you know, activate the card of Demise. So that's Kaiku. That's actually really good, so we will normal summon this Kaiku, and we will set the secrets, and we will resolve the other card of Demise. And if we draw into anything in terms of Spellbook cards, we'll probably start loading up on the fucking, oh my god, what a savage. Alright, but we'll probably start loading up on Star Hall counters depending on what we draw. Okay, so that's Duality, so we can definitely use that, and I've got this, which means I can use Master, which means I'm probably going to go Secrets into Eternity, Eternity into Master, and then Master, copy the Eternity, just to, you know, keep my my graveyard pool like higher. I would respond to you, but I'm like too busy. I'm too busy messing around. Do I want power? I think I want power. I think power is the move. Especially since it's just a card that's... Well, no, I should have probably just gotten Heliosphere. Because in that point, that just gives me another thing that's like something I can discard. But as it stands, I'm probably going to turn this Jowgen to defense mode, which seems like the move. Yeah. Okay, so where's my Eternity? There it is. Doing this method with Eternity and getting back Master, it actually just maximizes the amount of spellbooks that are left in your deck, because I could easily just get the other Master from the deck, but like, why do that? That's not something that actually like matters. Like, to get it out of the deck, you'd rather keep it there. So we're gonna do this. And I'm going to end up setting the Wisdom and all that. So I'm going to get Eternity here, and then this Eternity will actually get Secrets, which I'm going to set for the following turn. I'm going to turn this Jowgen to defense mode. I don't have any protection from it in the form of Fate because I didn't search it. I should have actually, more than likely, just done my entire Eternity play and then Duality after. But like, that's my justification. Like, I'm going to activate the power here on the Kaiku, just because it's going to get discarded anyway because I don't have enough space. So I'm just going to use it to make my Kaiku huge. I'm going to attack with the Kaiku, but actually, I just carded Demised. so he takes no damage. But I'm just gonna attack anyway, just to like act out on my instincts. I want to do it. I wanna. So this will go to defense mode, and then I'm gonna set this. And I'm gonna set the wisdom as well, because now I've got an eternity set. I've got double wisdom, so if he has like Raigeki and Dark Hole, like he can't do anything about it. Kaijus aren't an out, obviously, because of the fact that he can't tribute my Jowgen. He can't attempt to special summon, so there's that. Sorry I'm not responding to you, but you'll see it in the video. So I have no need to respond to you because you'll see it in video form. Suspense, eh? Okay, so this happens here. I get another Kaiku. Wow, amazing. Alright, well, at least it's the beefiest one, so I guess I can't really complain about that too much. So this will shuffle a card back, draw a card. I get secrets down. So like I've been manipulating my resource in a way that I feel like is you know, apparently good for this sort of thing to occur. And that's a Spellbook Magician of Prophecy, so that's actually really good as well. I can normal summon that, get a search for the Eternity at a later date, or I could just actually just not. Depending on what happens here. I'm actually completely content with my entire board state. The only thing I'm going to do is probably Secrets for Fate, because then that just gives me, you know, a Fate that's live as protection for this Jowgen as well, and then this is also a search for the next turn. So I literally just get to hit him with the two strongest monsters in my deck, which are these Kaikus. Very, very fortunate that I actually drew one Kaiku, much less second, like the second one. I can't speak, and neither can I click, apparently. My eyes are really watery right now. I'm actually sitting really, really close to my computer screen because for some reason my contacts keep floating in and out of alignment. And so there is that. So I'm just going to use this Get Fate. Like, he's playing water, so very much this Jowgen is just dicking him over. So the more and more that I get to just continually, like, just not let him remove the Jowgen, like, it's a very, very tried and true concept. I'm pretty sure some of you at least remember Judgment Spellbooks. I mean, it's the exact same concept. Protect Jowgen, protect Kaiku. They're always amazing. These cards are always amazing, no matter what the state of the game is. Ever since Dragon Ruler format, these cards have always been amazing. I have no idea why. Oh shit, Abyss Pike. Well, this could be a potential threat if he has heavy infantry. If he has heavy infantry, well actually no, if he has heavy infantry, I'll just strike the infantry. That's a Teus. Okay, so I'm going to strike this then, because I just want it to leave the board. So that is that. If there was a heavy infantry though, I would have had to strike the heavy infantry and then Fate the Abyss Pike. So there is that. There would have definitely have been that would have had to happen. But that's a Burying Mirror Force, which means I'm even more secure in my game plan. The only problem I have with this deck is that it's so hard for you to close out games. Activate the Max C? Okay, sure. Master, alright. So I'm able to play Secrets, Master off of this. Like, just all these different things. I actually am probably just going to get Starhole here, because at this point, like, I'm going to activate Fate at some point, and I'll just start giving them boosts, potentially. I don't know. I think it's to the point where it's past mattering, so I'm just going to get the Starhole, because the Starhole is live with the Wisdoms and Fate, and it just starts making these dudes actually just bigger, and so I think that's just the move. But let's see, that's 36, and that's 41, that's 43, but it doesn't matter because I've got a Fate and a Strike. So I'll be able to fade away whatever threat happens. So I'll just turn the Jowgen back to attack mode and start poking him with these, and it should just be fine. I should have legitimately just summoned the Kaiku on the first turn that I did have the Kaiku, the second turn of the game, my second turn. Should have summoned the Kaiku, attacked with the Kaiku and the Jowgen, and then card Demise. I just kind of blanked on that one just because I got a little bit excited. To be fair, I think it's okay to be fair. So I'm gonna banish these just because I don't think it actually matters. But I mean, might as well, right? Might as well leave him with no grave, because like Moving Glace, if he does clear this somehow, Moving Glace would be something I don't want to deal with, because that would be really solid. It would be really solid. It'd be really clean. It'd be really really free, is I guess what I'm trying to get at here. But I've got double Wisdom, I've got Strike, I've got Fate. I think he knows that I have one of the Wisdoms, or yeah, he does know I have one Wisdom because I searched it first turn. but he doesn't know I have the second one, so he might just be like holding cards, potentially. I'm going to go ahead and activate this Fate in the end phase, and I'm going to use it to flip my Spellbook Magician face down, because that is something that's actually a very valid play. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to banish this and Secrets to put my Spellbook Magician of Prophecy face down, because then next turn I get to flip it face up. And then it'll get a Search. And then this puts counters on my Star Hall. So like it starts getting things actually in a system of moving, because I could just attack him for game here, or I could actually just try and pump my Star Hall counters up, and that's what I want to do. I want to try and pump my Star Hall counters up. That's Demise, so that's neat. So I can flip this, get Eternity, get Master. I can reveal my other Master, and get Secrets off of the Eternity. So I'm just going to boost my Star Hall counters by a lot. So I will get, I can actually just get Secrets here, and then get Master to get this back, but that doesn't actually matter. Do I have to reveal a card other than Spellbook of the Master? No, it just copies another one. Okay, yeah. Reveal one other Spellbook card. So I'll just add Master, use Master, copy Master, or copy Eternity, add Secrets. Use Master, reveal Master, copy. Copy the Thingos. Little do you know. Little do you know that you are the star of this one, sir. You are the star indeed. The star in our starry night sky. But then I'm going to activate this and get Fate, because, you know, this entire string of plays just keeps this moving in optimal fashion. I could have actually gotten Spellbook Magician of Prophecy there, and then normal summon that and got Fate. So there is that. But everything is bigger now, so we will just go with this. Look at all these cards I have. My opponent wasn't allowed to play the game because I summoned Jaugen. Jaugen is like the man. Maxi. Alright. Game Duelist. Attaque. Game-o. Alright. He has multiple Maxis against a deck that literally never special summons. This deck literally only special summons one time in maybe 3 games, and that's off of Spellbook of Life. That's literally it. You play Spellbook of Life, like occasionally you might special summon off the field spell too, but people usually aren't like stupid enough to give that to you. So there is that as well, but I guess that will be it. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think about this deck and this game and all that sort of nonsense in the comments down below as per usual. Other than that, like, comment, subscribe to all the nonsense you usually do. Links are in the description of my Facebook and Twitch links if you want to check those out. That is what they are there for. If you want to suggest a deck for me to play on these videos, then definitely send a deck list to my Facebook fan page. Link, as I've already said, is in the description. If you want to support me, clicking ads on my videos and disabling ad block when you view my videos is the best way to do so. It helps me out a ton. It'd be really cool of you if that's something you could take the few seconds out of your day to do. Even if you have to disable ad block, if you can take a couple seconds out of your day, disable your ad block, refresh the video, click an ad or two, and then put the ad block back on when you're done. Like I said, it would be greatly appreciated if that's something you could take the time out of your day to do to help me out currently in my point in time in life that I'm at, because, you know, form of income and all that nonsense. But other than that, that is it for this video, and as always, guys, take care.